Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Mike Stansbury. My guest today, Jerad Rakusek. Jerad, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Great, sir. It's a wonderful day here in Memphis, and you are in South Dakota?
Correct.
All right, sir. We're going to get into your story in just a second, but first we got to pay the bills here, Jerad. We got to talk about Investor Fuel. At Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their businesses to allow them to build the businesses they've always wanted and allow them to live the lives they've always dreamed of. Now, Jerad, I want to ask you, sir, what's your origin story? How did you pivot into real estate? What were you doing beforehand? Give me the background. Before we get into what you're doing today, tell us a little bit about the journey.
Well, I bought my first rental property in 1997. So I was buying houses, renting them out, and then the tenants were damaging them. So then I started fixing them, and then I started selling them after I fixed them. I've done a lot of different things. I've owner finance properties for people, lease option properties for people. I bought commercial buildings and re-subdivided them. New construction, you kind of name it, I've kind of done it.
In the world of real estate, what were you doing before real estate, or like while you were doing these things? Kind of what other businesses or ventures or things like that kind of helped shape you where you are today?
Well, back in 95 to 2000, I worked at Gateway 2000, or Gateway, it was now called, in sales. And
that was the old computer?
Pardon me?
Was that Computer Gateway?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
And after that, I was a stockbroker for a very short period of time until 2001. And then after that, it's kind of been full-time real estate.
Okay, awesome. So since 2001, full-time real estate, and your market there. Kind of tell us a little bit about your market. How does it work there in South Dakota? Do you do a lot of rural houses? Are you in the cities, or kind of what is your footprint there?
Well, I'm in Sioux Falls. It's the biggest city in the state. It's about 240,000 people, and you have another 40, 50,000 around there. So 98% of mine are in the city limits of Sioux Falls. I don't do much rural because once you get outside of that area, it is really rural.
I can imagine. I've never been to South Dakota. I know where it is on the map, but but I understand exactly what you're saying as far as the ruralness of that state. So since then, how does your operation look like? How did it look like 10 years ago? Compared 10 years ago to today, what does your operation look like?
Well, 10 years ago, I was doing everything myself. I'd fix the stuff, I'd fix the toilets, do this, do that. Now, I don't do any of that. I have people that do it. I don't have any employees, but I have, handymen that are 1099. They go do this, this, and this. I have painters that do that, electricians that do this, HVAC that does that. Everybody has their different areas, and I go in, I look at a house, I buy the house, I go do a scope of work. I send the painter in here. You come in this time. I need this patched on this thing. Electricians come in this time. HVAC does this, and then at the end, carpet and cleaners, and then it gets listed, and we move on to the next one.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, rinse and repeat, Jerad. So, what does your deal flow look like? How are you marketing there in South Dakota and Sioux Falls, or how does your marketing machine work? How are you getting your leads, sir?
Right now, I'm getting a lot of it from wholesalers, but I'm also doing direct mail. So,
Has direct mail been a staple for you for a while, or?
it's worked a lot. Everyone says, "Oh, it doesn't work." Well, it's worked for me thousands of times, so I'm not going to change it.
I always feel like the people that do direct mail, they do it for a season, and they just they don't get the fruit of doing it consistently for and having the long-term approach. Is that how would you describe it?
Yeah, people say, "Oh, geez, it didn't work. I sent out mailers." Just, well, how many did you send out? Oh, we sent out 388. Well, that's not going to get you wet. You got to have at least 5,000 to get a good sample size, and it's just repeat. You send it out, and then 6 weeks later, send it out again and again. I'll get people that'll send me call about a mailer that I sent out 4 years ago that kept on their fridge.
Isn't that the truth? So one of the things that happens in this thing is that I've consistently tell people that when we're doing some sort of probate, I look at the letter that I sent and the date that I sent it, and it's wild to me that I can see a letter, a postcard from 2019, and we get the appointment from it because what I feel about, especially that demographic, is they keep everything. And so they weren't even on my mail list this year or last year, but they kept it from a time when they were like, yeah, maybe I need to use this one day. So that's the benefit of direct mail. So, and I love it. You've been in business for a long time, so you know that as a staple for your business. Any other ways of marketing besides wholesalers and direct mail that you are getting your leads?
Well, starting to wander into the Google world. Google click AdWords click. That's the analytics. You think you haven't figured out, and then they change them on you. So
Yeah, the
it's
pay per
just
click.
nature of the beast.
Yes, sir. And so this is a full time for you. This is all that you do now is flipping houses and buying property for long term investment.
Correct.
Okay. Any other assets that you go out there and buy, Jerad?
Well, I'll buy about anything. It seems like if there's going to be profit in it. Right now, we're working on climate controlled storage units, converting call centers into that. So that's my project that I'm kind of got on the front burner right now.
Okay, so you're taking old commercial buildings that were call centers and reimagining them as self storage facilities.
Climate controlled, yes.
Climate controlled. Okay, cool. And is that beginning to take shape, or how far along are you in that process?
Well, it's been a long process buying this last building. We're in the home stretch now. We're getting the final bids in for everything else, but it'll be worth it when it's all done.
Yeah, self storage is a good little asset class. Yeah, tell me a little bit about you. Like besides real estate, what's your family like? What does life look like for Jerad as far as what are fun things to do in South Dakota if we were to go there?
Well, in the summertime, we go down to Yankton. We have a sailboat down there, so we stay out on the weekends on the sailboat and sail. Hang out with friends on the dock and jet ski and the whatnot in the summertime, and then the wintertime, just got to find someplace warm to go. It's not here.
Oh yeah, What's the winter like as far as months are concerned? I have buddies that live in Minnesota and the UP, and I don't see how they do it because I think it's a sixth, seventh, or eighth. 7 months out of the year they're really cold. What does it look like in South Dakota?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Well, you get to December, and that's about the last warm month. You'll get temperatures around that mid-20s, 30s. But when you get to January, then you get the negatives. And in February, it'd be negative 30. And so my goal for my freedom is I want to spend more time from January 1st through March 1st, March 31st, away from here.
Yeah,
So
where is it going to be, Jerad?
usually we go down to Mexico a couple times a year down there, and then I like playing poker. So I go to Vegas, you know, 10 days at a time and play cards and come back and make sure everything's running the way it should, and then I'll go back down again.
Yeah, so that's a good question too about South Dakota and like some of these cities. Like, what does it do to your inventory? Because obviously, in Memphis, we can sell and we can do construction all throughout every season. Does it hinder you at all, like for your projects? How does the weather affect you on that?
Well, the weather kind of plays in my favor because most of my stuff will be indoor work. I mean, obviously we can't paint, but people know when they're buying a house in January, you can't paint it until at least April. So I'm able then to get more contractors to come in to do stuff on the inside because it's too cold to be outside.
Yeah, I like it. So you've tailored the way that you buy properties and what you're looking for to make sure that you can weather the weather. That's great.
Yeah, there's always a rush at probably the end of October, first part of November to buy your houses and get them painted so that they're done before the weather hits. And then you could go inside and finish them up.
Yeah.
But
So, what is the driver economically for your town? Like, what drives the economics, and is it in the last 2 or 3 years? Have you seen growth? Are you guys steady there, or what's it look like, Jerad?
well, during COVID, we were open. We didn't close anything, and you wouldn't believe how many people are coming from other states because of that. I mean, we didn't shut anything down. Our governor said no, we're open for business, and we're buying and we're selling. We had a sluggish real estate market at first, then it opened up, and it became a seller's market, times 10. They're going on the market, and they were getting offers same day, multiple offers. Buying them, boom, next. So
Yeah. Well, Jerad, let me ask you this: where did you learn? Were you part of any coaching program, mastermind, mentorship, with regard to real estate to kind of learn, or did you kind of learn by just doing? What did the education look like?
well, I learned a lot by trial and error, and I did a lot of audiobooks. This is way before podcasts were even a thing. I have been members of 7FF, Seven Figure Flipping. I enjoyed that one there, and I'm also a member of Pace Morby's Sub 2, just for the simple fact to be around other people that do what I do.
Right. Yeah. And would you say that being part of those groups have helped you, like with different ways of buying property, creative ways, or how would you describe? One of the things that we try to convey is the power of being in a group of like-minded people that are doing something similar and going in the same direction. What have you found been the most beneficial part of being a part of those programs?
Hearing what other people are doing in different markets. This is working, this isn't working. Don't do this. We tried this. This works. You kind of speed up the process because now you're learning about stuff that they're doing today,
Right.
not 6 months ago. And then you can go back and you can implement it, and you could go, hey, this list is really good. I've had good success with it. So you could download it, buy it, boom. You can have it shipped out in 3 days.
Yeah, I like it. And so that's it. Like, you're getting exposed to ideas and things you wouldn't normally, and then you're able to take action on those. And so the great thing about those, and especially you, is like you hear something, all right, I'm going to implement that, see, test it, and see if it works for me, which is awesome. Well, Jerad, let me ask you this kind of final question. Like, tell us the last kind of maybe, and I'll let you choose your own adventure here. The last creative deal that you did, or maybe a flip that didn't go well. Tell us maybe a nightmare situation. Again, you can pick from any of those that you can pick. You don't have to choose the nightmare situation because I don't want you getting PTSD from this podcast. But whatever you like.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, I had one where I was buying a house and we were going to do sub two. They agreed to basically carry $50,000 of equity back, and I was going to buy the house, take over their mortgage. They were 3 to 4 months behind going into foreclosure, so I made them current, agreed to make their payments for them. That went along okay for probably 6 months, and then she decided she wanted some money, and I said, well, we already had an agreement. It's kind of set in stone this way it is. Long story short, she took 10 grand and knocked $50,000 off of her equity. So I wrote her a check for $10,000, and now the house, I went through it. Now the tenant has moved out, so we're just gonna flip the house. So
Okay.
instead of having a $15,000 profit margin, now it's about 65.
Well, you can't beat that. Sometimes
Nope.
people get in a bind, but you're always providing that solution. That's pretty cool. Well, Jerad, we appreciate you being on the Real Estate Pros podcast. If people want to find out more about what you do, maybe in your market, where can they find you on the web? Where's that? Where are you located at?
Well, I really do not have much of a web presence. I've been so busy just working at this and that, I haven't had time to uh, set up any of that stuff. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Snapchat. Um,
Good. Yeah, that's not terrible, Jerad. But you do have a Facebook page and you do have a LinkedIn account.
I do have a Facebook page. Yep.
All right. Well, we've got that information, Jerad, and we'll put that below in the show notes. If anybody's doing business in South Dakota, if you're a wholesaler, Jared's obviously buying in that market, and love to buy your stuff more than likely, because I get it. If you're probably a wholesaler's best friend when you're able to take down property. Well, Jerad, any final thoughts for our audience on the Real Estate Pros podcast?
No, I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys watching the Real Estate Pros podcast. Again, all the information about Jerad will be below, and thanks for watching. Do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the Real Estate Pros podcast.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.